Welcome to this week's Big Tech Gut Check here on Scrolling to Death. This update is for the week of February 5th, 2024. And last week, I told you about the big tech CEO hearing where CEOs from Meta and X and Discord and TikTok and Snap had to answer why child exploitation is all over their platforms. Despite this federal investigation and visibility of all the harms, Meta is specifically experiencing huge growth. Their stock is doing so well that they're paying out their owners a cash dividend. Mark Zuckerberg alone will pocket $29 billion in one day. This is just weeks after apologizing to parent survivors for having a hand in the death of their children through social media harms. Something doesn't feel right about that, don't you think? One more update on Meta for this week. They announced that they're adding labels to AI-generated content on Facebook and Instagram and Threads. I don't even know what Threads is. How this is actually going to work is sort of confusing. There's little data to suggest that Meta actually has the technology to detect and label AI content at scale. We all know that AI-generated content is nearly impossible to spot. And don't forget, AI-generated nude photos of underage children have been rampant on Meta's platform for a few years now. Is this effort too little, too late? Now over to Snapchat. Snap's stock is not performing like Meta's. There was a 35% drop this week due to a weak earnings report. And Snapchat just laid off 10% of its workforce globally. This could all be due to the negative PR around Snap and the federal investigation, plus lawsuits from parents and school districts across the US. Oh, quick note, over 200 school districts are suing big tech companies for increased mental health support that they need to provide to students. Back to Snap. Snapchat is struggling to keep up with its competitors, and at this point, they're throwing shit at the wall to see what sticks. I told you last week that Snapchat is doing a new thing where they're saying, we're not social media after all. You may have seen their ad during the Grammys that read, less social media, more Snapchat. And Snapchat has invested big time through a partnership with the NFL. Snapchat's new camera kit technology will be integrated on Sunday during the Super Bowl. We'll likely be seeing their pathetic new anti-social media ads sprinkled throughout Super Bowl content. One more Snapchat update that is concerning parents. Last year, Snapchat added a My AI chatbot to every user's friend list, even young teenagers. This update has been a huge fail, and Snapchat is admitting to it. They're saying that their AI responses have been biased, incorrect, misleading, and harmful. Did they not know this before they rolled it out to millions of teenagers and let them use this feature for the last 10 months? In response, Snapchat has not pulled the chatbot feature. They simply added an age filter that you can toggle on within the Family Center. The problem is that kids can, on their own, leave the Family Center with just a few clicks. Concerning? Yes. Surprising? No. Snapchat doesn't give a shit about traumatizing our kids. Lastly, a few study updates that you're going to find interesting. Studies have been finding an increase in misogynistic content, especially on TikTok. The algorithm is serving more and more extreme videos, often focused on anger and blame directed at women. Related to the manosphere, you may have heard of Andrew Tate. He's a self-described success coach who has been criticized for recruiting young boys to his misogynistic lifestyle. In August of 2022, his content was actually banned from Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and YouTube. But it was just revealed that YouTube has not only been hosting Andrew Tate content for the past year and a half, they've been earning ad revenue on Andrew Tate videos. This is just another example that big tech companies have truly no idea what's going on their platforms. A new study by Pew Research Center shows that at least half of US adults get at least some of their news from social media. Younger Americans more than older Americans. Older Americans are still mainly using traditional news sites, but there's an increasing concern about the inaccuracy of the news on social media. Fake news spreads up to 10 times faster than true reporting on social media. So the social media algorithms are incentivized to spread around fake news over real news. This is something to think about if you're getting all your news from social media. Most of it is likely untrue. And I'll leave you with new data showing which social media sites are most popular among US adults in the US. The winner by far, with 83% of US adults using it, is YouTube. Second place at 68% is Facebook. And with nearly half of US adults on the platform, third place is Instagram. A personal note on this to close us out: the more we as adults emphasize our use of these social media platforms, the more our kids and teens will want to use them. And they're proving to be very harmful for kids. Just something to ponder. Thank you for listening in to this week's Big Tech Gut Check here on Scrolling to Death. I'll see you next week.